world has increasingly become very busy, and people have to do whatever they have to ensure they live a quality life. And part of that, sacrifices has to be made. So you realize that within the 24 hours that one has, you have so many other things that are competing with your time that are important and that you need to do. So, with that, people are devising ways or trying to find ways to have balance in life. And the idea of having balance is pushing people to the edge. From my own personal perspective, there is no such thing as balance, where you will feel everything that is important to you has been given the time that it deserves, has been given the attention that it deserves, and somehow you have to just juggle through and just make sure you do your best. I think that's one. And two, just be present where you are right now. If you are at work, be present, give your best. When you get home, be present to whatever it is that requires your attention there. I think that is the best you can do. But trying to find balance is making, especially a lot of mothers have mom guilt. I don't know about the dads because I'm not a dad, obviously. But mothers are suffering from mom guilt because they feel like they don't spend enough time with their children. And God forbid, these kids become closer to the nanny. Then that becomes a totally different ball game, because it is the nanny who spends so much time with them, who takes care of them, and you have to go to work. After work, perhaps you go to class. So you leave before they wake up, you come back when perhaps they're in bed, and the only time you get to be with them is maybe over the weekend if they're lucky. It does not mean that you're a bad parent, but sometimes maybe within that phase in your life, maybe you're pursuing your education part time. It will take, depending on how long the course is, maybe 2, 3, 4 years. So within that time frame, that will be something that will be taking care, that will be taking, that will have put a demand on your time past your work hours. So anything else that could enjoy your time past your work hours will now have to suffer, because one thing always will have to suffer. You can never find a perfect balance in how you can evenly distribute your time, which is a very important resource, to everything and anyone that needs it at one phase, at one time, depending on the day, the month, the year, in line with your priorities. One thing will have to suffer. And so once you realize that, then you start perhaps doing things differently. And what you do is, like I've explained there earlier, you just give it your best. Do your best where you are. If you're at work, give it your best. If you're at home, be fully present, be fully there, spend quality time with your loved ones and all that. But this idea of trying to find balance is driving so many people to the edge, and you realize that you really cannot. You can only juggle and do your best. You're only one person, you have certain amount of time, and all of these things are important, that you have to give you attention. And it can be frustrating when you really can't do much to salvage the situation. So just do your best. Be present at the moment. Enjoy whatever it is that you're doing. Do it well. And then when you're done, you're done. When you move to the next thing, you also do the same. But you don't do things halfway, because if you don't give your best in one thing and you're not present in one thing, when you move to the next thing, there's always that need of you feel like you're being pushed and pulled to so many different directions, and that can really, be very uncomfortable and tedious. So just do your best and be present at every time, at everything that you're supposed to be doing at that moment. But the idea of finding balance, there's no day you wake up and feel everything that is important to you has been taken care of perfectly, and the limited time that you have has been distributed evenly, and everything is perfect and everything is okay. You will never come to a space where you achieve that unless you're having other, you know, helps around, but still, you are just one person. And so these other things, something will have to suffer. That's what I'm saying. Something will have to suffer depending on the time, depending on the priorities of the day, depending on the phase, depending on the season, but something will ultimately suffer. So, the idea of finding balance in life for me is just, it's not practical, it's not realistic. And so I live in the moment and do the best I can with what I have and where I am and what is required of me at that moment. I'm fully present. I give it my all. Once I'm done, I'm done. If I'm done with the office, I'm done. And when I come home, I'm not talking work. I'm focused on other things that are important for me. So that's it. And so that mom guilt is a serious thing that is affecting a lot of career women or mothers who are out there trying to improve their today so that their children can have a better life tomorrow. And not just for mothers, I think also for dads, although I don't know how that is for them in terms of not being fully present there for their kids while they should be. And yeah, but those are some of the sacrifices that we have to make today if we want to have a better tomorrow, or if you're working towards your goals and all these things. So yeah, so just do your best and be present, but finding a balance that will push you to the edge for nothing really, because you will never achieve that.